Employment tests are standardized assessments used to evaluate a candidate's qualifications, skills, and suitability for a job. These tests are designed to provide objective and standardized measurements of a candidate's suitability for a specific role. Employment tests can encompass a wide range of assessments, including scored questionnaires, multiple-choice knowledge-based and aptitude tests, job performance tests, physical abilities tests, and interviews. These assessments enable a hiring manager to gather valuable data and insights that aid the manager in making well-informed hiring decisions. Today, we're going to learn about the multiple-choice test. A multiple-choice test typically consists of questions that present an introductory statement, either a direct question or an incomplete sentence, followed by response choices, of which only one is correct. The candidate is directed to select the one best answer from among these choices. The multiple-choice test is designed to objectively assess the candidate's knowledge and abilities in job-related topics as a method for determining a candidate's preparedness for a job. Questions are created by subject matter experts who are very familiar with the job-related subject. There are several types of multiple-choice tests that are given by LAUSD's Personnel Commission. These test types include knowledge and skills tests, speeded tests, and situational judgment tests. Knowledge and skills tests, as the name indicates, are designed to measure knowledge and skills in specific subjects and areas directly related to the target job. Typically, candidates are presented with a question and 4 responses from which they are to choose. Candidates may be directed to refer to a passage to read, chart or data to analyze, or be presented with a similar stimulus to determine the correct response. The final score on a knowledge or skills test is based on the number of correct responses a candidate obtains. Test takers are usually not penalized for incorrect responses, so it is recommended that candidates respond to all questions on the test. Additionally, the time limit set for the test should allow the test taker to finish the entire test. Speeded tests have a strict time limit, which is set to measure how quickly a test taker can answer questions, rather than just assessing their knowledge in a particular subject. Because of the short time limit, test takers are not expected to finish the entire test. These tests are used to gauge a candidate's attention to detail. As such, test takers are penalized for wrong responses. Situational judgment tests present applicants with a description of a work problem or critical situation related to the job for which they are applying, and ask them to identify how they would handle it. Choices depicting possible resolutions to the problem are presented. These tests are scored similarly to knowledge tests, whereby the final score in the test is based on the number of correct responses, and test takers are not penalized for incorrect responses. Multiple-choice tests at LAUSD are usually administered via computer, either at a specific testing site or at a location of the test taker's choosing. If the test is being administered remotely, not at a common testing site, there are a few things to be mindful of. First, the computer, internet, and smartphone must be operational and fully charged. Also, equipment must be set up according to the instructions that have been sent to candidates prior to the test. This is important as the test will be proctored remotely, and proctors must have access to view a candidate before and during the test. It is also critical so that the test is administered smoothly with no interruptions or disconnections. Let's review some helpful tips to keep in mind when taking a multiple choice test. When you are instructed to begin the test, flip through the whole test first to acquaint yourself with what you will need to do. This will let you know what to expect. Be sure to note the amount of time you are allotted for the test and budget your time so that you can finish the whole test. Identify key words that can help determine the correct response. Keywords can change the meaning of a question or response choices. Examples of key words include absolute words such as best, greatest, never, and except, and general words such as common, less, more, sometimes, generally, most, and usually. Read each question and all of the choices carefully. Make sure you are reading what is written and not what you hope or want to see. Then, pick out the one best choice that answers the question. Unless otherwise stated, make sure you read each question as a separate question and answer it as a separate question. The answer to any one question is not intended to help you choose the correct response to other questions. Answer the easy questions first. Then, in the time left over, go back and figure out the hard ones. Don't waste unnecessary time on the hard questions, but be sure to answer all questions, even those you are unsure about. Assuming there is no penalty for wrong responses, don't be afraid to guess if you are not sure of the answer. Remember, if you don't answer a question, you will not get credit for it. If you guess correctly, you will get credit. If you are not sure which answer is correct, eliminate the choices you know are wrong first and choose your answer from the remaining ones. When you have finished, review your test and make sure you have answered all of the questions. Check the questions you are unsure of, but only change your response if you have a good reason. We hope this video has been helpful. To learn more about our job opportunities, our application process, and our employment assessments, please visit www.lausdjobs.org.